it's Maria. Today I want to talk a little bit about oral motor and ways that we can help improve it at home. I'm trying to keep this as simple as I can and not confuse anybody with any big words. Oral motor is basically the movements of our mouth, our tongue, lips, jaw, palate, and cheeks. All of these muscles that we need to coordinate in order for language, feeding, swallowing. We want all of these muscles nice and strong so that our sounds come out nice and clear. One of the first things I tell parents to do, and it's super simple, is to go raid the dollar store or the party section of Walmart or any of those stores and find all the things that we would normally put in a goodie bag. Anything that we have to use our mouth for. Whistles, blow toys, harmonicas, all of these great things that kids have to blow to activate are super good to have. Just get a few. I like to get a few different kinds. So you want to look at the type of blow toy. Is it a circle? Is it a flat end? Is it a completely different shape? And put all those in a bag. Get a bag for yourself, get a bag for the child. The reason I like to keep two separate bags, and I like to keep them in bags, is so that I can remove that item when I'm done with it. I want to sit down with the child, have them activate every single whistle and blow toy, and then I want to put those blow toys somewhere where they cannot find them. Because I too am a parent, and I don't want my child running around the house with a whistle. I'm going to throw that thing away in about 5 minutes if he's running around the house blowing it incessantly. It's going to be gone very, very soon. The reason we use these is to activate lips. We want them to be able to use their lips and have a nice tight seal in order to be able to get the sound to come out. If they're using their tongue, if they're using their teeth, they're not using it correctly. We just want to model that behavior for it, put it in our own mouth, then put theirs in their mouth, move it away from their teeth until it's only their lips on it. It's not necessarily going to work every single time, especially if they're weak. It's going to take a little while for them to be able to do it. Some of these toys are harder than others, but they're fun and they're exciting, and it's a toy, and we're not making it look like work when we're doing it. So apart from blow toys, another super easy, inexpensive thing that we can use to activate muscles are straws. Straws come in so many different shapes and sizes, and we can get them for free pretty much anywhere now. You can go to McDonald's and get the big fat straw. You can get the little tiny coffee stir. You can use the straws that come with their own cups. Different sippy cups have different mouths as well. You have the flat ones, you have the squishy ones. All we're trying to do is get them to use different muscles in different positions at different times. One of my favorite things to do with a straw, once they get a little bit stronger, is to make them use it for something other than a liquid. Make them drink some pudding or some applesauce. Something that they really have to use their cheek strength to be able to get up into their mouth. You can also use them for blowing. Get some cotton balls, little pieces of paper, whatever you have laying around your house, and have races. We just want the kids blowing things across the table. This one you have to be kind of careful with. You can take a bucket, put a couple drops of dish soap in it, just fill it up with water and let them blow. And they'll be blowing bubbles in a much easier way than it would take them to blow bubbles out of one of these containers. These are fantastic once they start getting a little bit stronger. But for right now, if they're very weak, bubbles are going to be very hard for them. Because not only do they have to coordinate their airflow, they have to get it in the right place to get the bubbles to actually come out. So try it with the straw first, and then work your way up to the harder bubbles. Because we don't want frustrated kids. Here's another really hard one. Really, really hard for our kids. Let them play with the balloons. Let them see what they can do. But again, until they're strong enough, not only in their musculature, but also in their ability to coordinate their breath, you might want to just let them play with a balloon for a little while, and then you blow it up for them before they get super tired and crabby. We have whistles, we have straws, we have things that we can blow into. Now we're going to talk a little bit about activating some exterior musculature. I love electric toothbrushes. especially because now we can pick them up anywhere, super cheap. A lot of our kids, especially if they're sensitive or if they have weakness, are not gonna want this inside their mouth. So don't automatically go in and try to brush their teeth. What you wanna do with an electric toothbrush is stimulate the outside. Use it on the outside of their cheeks as a tickle. Use it on their lips just to wake them up. Eventually, once they start letting you into their mouth, you can use it to actually brush their teeth. Go up into their gums and see what you can wake up. Go into their tongue and wake up that whole muscle group in there. It's a really, really good tool. We use these a lot in therapy, not necessarily an electric toothbrush. We have way fancier, more expensive devices that we use in therapy, but this is a cheap, easy way to wake up the different muscle groups in our mouth. Again, I'm looking for easy, cheap solutions to have at home. Chapstick. We want to work on puckering. We want to work on smiling. We want to work on putting our lips together. Again, super cheap. And I don't know about your kids, but my kids collect this stuff. They have buckets of them all over the house for some strange reason. All right, I'm going to give you my favorite tip for tongue coordination and strength. This is just a fun way to get their tongue moving in different positions. Nutella, peanut butter, marshmallow fluff, anything that's sticky and that your children are not allergic to, we want to try to put in different parts of their mouth. On the outside, we want to do a little bit of Nutella right there, right between your nose and lip. Over here, on the outside of each corner of your lips and a little on your chin. Not too far down because they really can't reach that. Now the goal of that game is to see if they can take their tongue tip and lick the different areas to get that sticky substance off. They're not allowed to use their teeth. They're not allowed to use their lips, and they're most certainly not allowed to use their finger and then get that in their mouth. It should be fun. It should be simple. It should be something that the kids want to do. Again, the minute it starts becoming work and we start getting angry at them for not doing it correctly is the minute they're not going to want to do it anymore. This is something that we have to do continuously. Remember, we're building up muscle strength, and just like every other muscle in your body, you're going to have to do the same exercises over and over and over again to actually get them to strengthen correctly. So any kind of game and activity that you can do with your kids involving their mouth is great. What we usually do in therapy to increase tongue strength is also working against the tongue. So we'll take a tongue depressor and push against the front of the tongue, push against the side of the tongue, and we want our kids to push back against us. I don't suggest using a tongue depressor at home because, well, they're not the yummiest, and a lot of times tongue depressors tend to remind kids of the doctor, which is just not ever a positive anyway. So use something fun, use something you have at home. If you have one of the harder straws, you can use those. If you want a flatter substance, you can just use a spoon. A tiny kid spoon would be fine. I like these guys because they're little and they're bendy and they're kind of cute. Same thing, you want to put it on their tongue, you want them to push against you. Push, 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 let them push against you. We're just building up strength. If you want to work on strength in another way too, just like I did earlier with the Nutella, get a little bit on the spoon and you want to hold it in front of them and let them lick it. Let them stick their tongue all the way out and up and down. We're just working on strength and we're trying to keep it fun any way that we can. Before we brush our teeth every day, we tend to go to the bathroom at least twice a day to brush our teeth. So let them stand in front of the mirror and do some silly exercises. The easiest ones I have involve the vowels. We open big for ah, we close our mouth, we do an O, oh, and then we do a U, ooh. So we're working on puckering, we're working on opening and closing. We work on vowel letter E to O to oo, A, E, I, O, U. All of them are great for rounding. The reason I do M is because I want mouth closure. So A and M, I know it's not a vowel, but let them stand in front of the mirror. Let them do all the different sounds. We want to make sure that they're opening their mouth all the way for E, that they're puckering and their lips are actually coming out for oo, and they're not doing this for oo. We want the musculature to work in different ways and opposing each other. A to M, E to O. any kind of fun activities, guys. Just try to keep it fun, try to keep it exciting, and try to make sure your kids don't think you're doing therapy on them. It should still be a game in any way that we can make it. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. All right, thank you. Bye.